just super proud of them based on the fact we had some adversity. We started out in a hole 11-0, and that's credit Houston Christian, Coach Doty and his staff and team. They came out on fire on both ends of the floor, and then we lost through the game. We lost a couple teammates, and so a lot of adversity in a matter of one basketball game. And so, with that being said, when tough times happen, you figure out if you got a real team, and I think we have a real team because these guys focused. They focused through the adversity. They communicated. They stayed together, stayed connected on both ends of the floor, especially on that defensive end. And we found a way to come out victorious. But just super proud of the resiliency, the togetherness of the team during a bit of adversity. And credit Houston Christian, especially with their start to the game.
Talked about that slow start, just getting down 11-0, but then you guys ended up shooting 50% just from the field. Talk about especially the second half, maybe what you saw off shots wise, just getting around the court.
Yeah, we had to, just with so many people out and people out of position, we just had to, for the most part, play in a motion offense, and the guys shared the ball. They screened for each other. They were able to, get the defense moving from, off of ball reversals and either take open shots or, drive it to the rim and create at the rim, or drive and kick it out. So played team basketball in the second half. Was able to, take and make good shots, but a lot of it's just because they're a team and they know how to play. They have a great IQ and they play together. That's allows us to get to that 50% range.
Defensively, talk about that shift between the first and second half. HU was able to make 7 threes in the first, but just only 2. So just kind of talk about any adjustments you made on that.
Yeah, they made 7 out of 13 in the first half. Shot almost 54% from the 3-point line. They made 3 out of their first. I think 3 of their first 3, because that was 9 of their 11 points to get the 11-0 run. We just said, hey, you got to have more violent closeouts. You got to be there on the catch. They're the second, I think by percentage, they're the second best 3-point shooting team in league play, and just put more emphasis on guarding the 3-point line. And then our guys just locked in on, their shooters, and we're able to at least get a hand up in the face and hopefully force a couple misses.
Garry, just talk about kind of physicality of the game tonight. Coach mentioned a couple teammates had to go down, a couple HCU guys went down. Just talk about how that kind of maybe fuels the emotion behind the game and how you guys were kind of able to overcome that bit.
Yeah, all week we had prepared for it. Last time we faced them, they played physical with us. They helped down a lot. They were very physical with us. So this week we emphasized physicality. Some of our players got hurt as well, but we were prepared for it.
Yeah, talk about just maybe some of those players that came off the bench and still contributed a lot. 40 bench points compared to HU just had 7 outside of their starting 5. So talk about the contribution that the whole team can make, especially when maybe a couple guys go down.
Yeah, we have the next guy up mentality. We have a lot of great players. We have a lot of players who could be starting. So it changes by the game. A lot of players on our team are built for the moment, and they showed it today.
You guys finished just the weekend, undefeated home weekend. Talk about just how that kind of helps you guys going into a final road trip before the conference tournament.
Yeah, I think it gives us some confidence, but I think the biggest thing is to have success after this much adversity. Just getting back to who we were, being great teammates, loving each other. Getting back to who we are as a program. That's probably the biggest thing. That's maybe you can't see that on the court, but if you're in that locker room, if you're on that practice floor over the last 6 days, you could feel that. And so we got us a team. Like Garry said, we got a lot of really good players that could start at a number of different institutions, and they, you can put Dean Wright Ford in there. Someone that had a really good year last year, and just due to injury hasn't been. Himself as here late, but he's a really good player, and he was able to step up when some other guys went down, and that's the biggest thing is we're back to being who we are and as a program.
Yeah, just after tonight, what's that next step? Just going into another weekend.
Really, you got to go check on those two guys. It'll make sure they're okay and love on them and take care of them first and foremost, and then we'll go from there.